Good afternoon, YouTube. Kez here from the UK yet again. It is Tuesday and again, pretty good day. So that's happy days all around. Walking the dog as always. Today I wanted to talk about a question that I got asked yesterday actually. Somebody basically just said to me, why do you think homelessness has got so bad in the past sort of 10 years up the north of England? Because like for anybody who lives up here, it's been a noticeable change over the past say 10, 15 years. And politically we've had... Reggie! Sorry. Politically we've had quite a lot going on in the last sort of 10, 15 years. So I wanted to give a little bit of an overview on that, and yeah, we'll sort of try and figure out a comprehensive answer if we can do such a thing. So going back to I reckon about 2005, 2006, up until that point we was run by a Labour government, which there's 3 or 4 predominant parties in England. You've got Conservatives, Liberal Democrats, Labour, UKIP, Green Party. Green Party and UKIP are a little bit less sort of mainstream than the Liberal Democrats, Conservatives and your Labour Party. So Labour Party going back, I think 2004-ish, we had Tony Blair was our Prime Minister, and we had Gordon Brown as well at one point. But then after that I think we basically went into a Conservative government. So Labour and Conservatives, it was actually a Conservative and Liberal Democrat coalition government, which has actually been the first coalition government in peace times that we've ever had. So that was something. But Labour, going back to sort of like social funding and stuff like that. Reggie! Come here, boy! Sorry, my dog's on one. Like, really on one. First time I've took him out today, and it is nearly the afternoon, so I've been naughty. But yeah, so Labour's social stance on sort of like social funding and stuff like that. Was a lot more positive than what sort of the Conservative governments have been that have sort of followed. So it was a very, very big change up to the whole system. I mean, recently, I'm not sure about how the rest of the UK pans up, but recently up the north side, we've been introduced to a new sort of type of benefit, which basically conglomerates legacy benefits, like the old benefits, into sort of one payment. It's called universal credit. Received an incredible amount of negative stigma in the media. There's been multiple stories of people basically telling them how it's negatively affected their life. I'm on universal credit right now, the first time I've ever been on any sort of social funding or any sort of state funded programme. I've always worked or made my own money, and it is really rough, I must admit. It's not a lot of money per month. You've not really got many options to, I guess, really get you back into employment. There's no training courses and stuff anymore, which prior to this government there was loads of training courses. You could go get a forklift licence for free and CSCS card for working on construction sites. You could get all that sort of stuff for free, paid from like the job centre, which is where we get our social funding from, the Department of Work and Pensions. So yeah, so one of the really big things that has changed over this whole period of time is the changes that have been made to housing benefit. So housing benefit has now been, as I say, compiled into this new universal credit, which I think it's 5 or 6 benefits rolled into one, but it's a significant amount less, with less options to get like loans and help with like shortfalls in rents and stuff like that. You get a lot of ask the council for help, and then they ring the council and they say ask the job centre for help, which is obviously incredibly frustrating. But yeah, so one of the big changes is you could, before the coalition government with the Conservatives and Liberal Democrats, you could get something that was called a crisis loan. Now, a crisis loan could literally have been for anything, any crisis pretty much qualified you for it. There were various other sort of things that you could get. As I say, it's not something that I was on myself, so I don't 110% know, but I've just read up about these various different, I guess, help programs that they had, and I mean, there's slim to none pretty much now. So just the fact that there were multiple there to pick from, I mean, that says a lot to me personally. But nowadays, what we've got going on is sorry, my battery's low again with the battery low, man. So yeah, basically to get funding for your housing now, you need to get a tenancy agreement to prove that you are paying for your housing, which I guess is fair enough. They don't just want to go giving out 500 quids or whatever to random people, whatever, that are just going to be lying and abusing the system, which it does happen, and it has happened, unfortunately. But then that puts you in an incredibly vulnerable situation with whoever you're renting the house off, whether it be like a letting agent or privately rented. Pretty much nobody out there wants to give somebody a tenancy agreement that's all signed and official without receiving any money. So you're pretty much stuck in a bit of a loop. I mean, I was recently in this situation, and without like the real help from sort of family and friends at the time, I really wouldn't have been able to get rehoused at all. It were impossible to get the money for housing. I basically needed to get a tenancy agreement. To get the tenancy agreement, the letting agencies and the landlords in general wanted paying first, and it was only Reggie, come here, boy. It was actually, I was really lucky to be able to fall on my feet in my particular situation, but I know there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people across the UK that have been affected by universal credit, and it's causing serious issues like homelessness, like people not being able to eat or afford to eat, or having to choose between the electricity bill or the water bill, which one's going to get turned off this month, sort of thing. And I think it's incredible. Homelessness, I read a statistic the other day that in the last 10 years, homelessness in the north of the UK has gone up nearly 1,000%, which I think is just absolutely insane. I mean, from what I've gathered around the web, the Labour government that was in power before the Conservative coalition government, their policies were really good, so it affected quite a lot of people quite dramatically, and I honestly believe that's what's created, or at least contributed towards, the rise in homelessness in the north of the UK, which is a shame. Obviously there's other issues. Homelessness is a complicated issue. It's not just one thing. There's obviously huge drug abuse issues in that sort of environment, which I hate to say it, because there is obviously a negative stereotype that all homeless people are on drugs, but unfortunately it's a stereotype for a reason. There's a great majority of people that are homeless because of their own choices of wanting to take drugs, whether the choices are like justified or whatever. People that have been through sort of like horrific events and stuff. I don't blame these sort of people for come here, boy, for wanting to Reggie, come here, for wanting to find a bit of a solace. Yeah, good boy. Got my cat and dog here again today. My cat keeps following us out and wants to come play with us. Reggie, you gonna say hello? Reg? Yeah, he's loving it. So yeah, that's my little take on homelessness in the UK. Hope that was a little somewhat entertaining. Trying to shake it up a little bit different to what I think of other things that I've covered, but hopefully people will enjoy and we can maybe engage in a creative discussion about the whole thing, because I think it's something that's affecting a lot more mainstream people now, like people obviously getting hit with the coronavirus and a lot of job loss and stuff like that. There's a lot of people that previously would have been working that are having to subsidise that income with state funded programmes like the universal credit, and they're going to be encountering probably all the same problems that a lot of people across the UK that have had to sort of come under this like umbrella type benefit, which, yes, as I say, it's affected a lot of people's lives. Universal credit, there's hundreds of stories out there of people that have been affected negatively by it, so hopefully maybe one day they'll take another look at it. But they have tried, I know they have tried. They've done a few things that the other governments haven't done, like they increased it during the COVID outbreak. They actually increased the payments for people. You didn't obviously have to go in and sign on. It was just a straightforward payment. Reg, what's this, boy? So yeah, that's the video for today. I hope everybody enjoys. Like, subscribe. Honestly, I appreciate every view, every single view. I really do. I really do. So hope you have a nice day, guys. Stay safe out there, everybody, and peace out.